there! We're going to continue our discussion on what makes a great LOR. So in our previous video, we covered what is an LOR and who makes for a great referee. Now in this video, we're going to cover the ideal format of an LOR, what content should go in an LOR, and of course, we're going to do that by sharing some real-life examples that you can take for reference. And then of course, while we discuss, we're going to cover some important tips that you can keep in mind while drafting your LORs and some common mistakes to watch out for. As usual, we'll be giving away some interesting kits during the course of this video. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Hi, my name is Donna David and I'm a GRE and admissions expert here at GRE Edge. So, what should an LOR ideally contain? Let's look at this section by section. Section 1. Introduction and the duration of relationship with the referee. Your LOR must explain the relationship that your referee shares with you, be it as a professor, HOD, or an employer. This immediately reassures the admissions committee that you've picked someone in the position of authority as your referee and not just any colleague, which some students tend to do. This section should also contain the duration for which your referee has known you. While your HOD can mention the entire duration of your course, say 4 years, your professor or employer must mention the specific number of years they have been associated with you. Say for example, it should look something like this. Feel free to pause and read the passage. Section 2. Nature of relationship. What were the courses that your referee taught you? Or what were some of the projects that you worked on successfully with your employer or supervisor? Another important aspect of your LOR is mentioning the nature of relationship that you shared with the applicant. Let's take an example in the passage that you're about to see. Feel free to pause and read. We've put the sample LOR in an ebook. You can find this ebook in the description below. Section 3. Mention activities or incidents that point out to positive qualities. Your achievements in the classroom or workspace are definitely important in your LOR, but while you highlight those, make sure you indicate the comparative performance. For example, saying XYZ was the topper of my class is no good unless you mention how big the class was. It's also a good idea for you to mention improvements in a specific area or subject. For example, if you were in the bottom 20% of machine learning in one semester and moved to the top 5% in the next semester, definitely mention that. Section 4. Extracurricular activities and other skills. As we've already mentioned, your soft skills are just as important as your technical and academic ones. So you should definitely find a place for extracurricular activities in your LOR. If you've been a football player or a painter, then definitely mention that in your LOR, especially if you've won awards or accolades for them. For example, Section 5. Your readiness for graduate studies and your referee's contact details. The concluding paragraph should place a strong emphasis on your suitability for the course and how you would be a great asset to the university. For example, at the very end, include full contact details of your referee, including an institutional email ID, if any, and their phone number. They must be easily contactable if the need be. We've included this sample and many more in an ebook. You can find the link to that in the description below. So in a nutshell, here's a format we recommend for your LOR. First, your LOR should not exceed a page. Most universities set a word limit of around 500 words, so stick to that diligently. In addition to a brief intro and concluding paragraph, your LOR must contain no more than 2 body paragraphs. The intro para must clearly outline the relationship the referee shares with you as well as the duration. It's a good idea to mention how deserving you are of an offer letter in this paragraph, which can also be reiterated in the conclusion. The first body paragraph should be a detailed description of your academic or professional excellence in the referee's class or project. This should be emphasized with a mention of your achievements and any improvements you may have made in that class. The second paragraph will paint a more general picture of you and make a mention of your activities outside of class, including any competitions you've won or any team projects you have led. As such, this para will also talk about your leadership qualities, your sense of team spirit, and your passion for the discipline, and strike a balance between your academic and extracurricular activities. The last concluding paragraph must be a powerful assertion of your suitability for the course and university and how you'll be an asset to the institution. At the very end, include the contact details of the referee. Here are some quick tips. Give your referee at least a month's time to write your LOR. A rush job is a bad job after all. Second, keep a backup list of referees. So if in case your primary referees decline, then you definitely have other options. Supply all the information they may need in a neatly typed out document. Also, ensure you have a great rapport with all your referees. That will allow them to write an honest and a glowing recommendation for you. Your LOR must be typed on the university letterhead and not handwritten, and must be placed inside a sealed envelope. Otherwise, the authenticity of your LOR is at question. We have more such tips that we've included in an ebook, so make sure you check it out in the description below. Right, so far we've discussed some key techniques to nailing that perfect LOR. But what are some of the things that you should not include in your LOR? Or in other words, what are some of the common mistakes that students make while writing their LORs? Mistake number 1. Not writing an individualized LOR. The easiest trap that you could fall into is that of copy-pasting something off the internet. Not only is this going to seriously affect your chances of getting an offer letter, but it also wastes a golden opportunity for you to showcase your talents and skills. Mistake number 2. Repeating your SOP. Your LOR should not be a simple rehash of your SOP or CV. While there could be some overlaps, your LOR should bring in a fresh new perspective about you as a student or an employee and talk about your skills or qualities that are not mentioned in your SOP. Mistake number 3. Lack of relevant information. Last but not the least, ensure you supply your recommender with enough information for them to include in your LOR. Send them a copy of your SOP, CV, or any other relevant certificates that could be helpful in drafting a winning LOR. Okay, so what does the perfect LOR look like? We've included some samples in the ebook provided in the description below, so do make sure you check it out. And that's a wrap. We hope you found this video helpful and are now less daunted by the process of getting an LOR. Of course, if you have any questions or doubts, feel free to comment below and we'd be happy to help you out at any time of the day. We'll be back with another video very soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, because sharing is caring, do share this video with all of your fellow MS aspirants. See you again soon.